I always seem to choose the games where the props just get bigger and bigger. Oh well. G'day everyone, welcome to another video by myself, Andrew DFT. And today marks the first video I will have created from the game Anthem. Now at the time of filming this, Anthem has actually been out for a few days for Origin Premium members. I myself have been jumping in and absolutely loving the game, the design, the aesthetic, everything about it is absolutely my kind of thing, and I can't wait to build more props from it. Now I jumped into Anthem a week prior into the beta where a lot of you guys also did as well, and you got to get first hands-on for the guns and the different styles of them, and I personally absolutely love the look and the feel that each one has. Now I do want to produce a lot of Anthem props, they are rather large, so I thought if I'm going to start creating, I better start small and work my way up. So to kick it all off, I decided to use the heavy pistol as my starter. This is the design that I work from, and this was the one that was in the beta, or the demo, sorry. This isn't actually the final look that they put in the game now. It's a bit different, but I didn't know that at the time, and it took me about a week to produce this gun, so I couldn't change that without knowing what it was going to become. But regardless, it still looks like 99% of the same. And well, this is my final result. Instantly looking at it, it's large, it's bulky, it's different to anything I've produced, and yes, it is covered in a lot of mud. I wanted to go a really gritty style. If anyone follows my content for the last few years, you'll know that I love grit, I love grunge. Anything that brings it into a more realistic sense is something that I personally love to strive for. And really throwing mud all over this, because my character in the game is just covered in mud and battle scars, I thought was cool. Gives it something different to everyone else who could be creating or will be creating Anthem content here on YouTube. Mud. Now, like I mentioned, pulling that life-size scale was something that I really wanted to do. Obviously, right now, this is a heavy pistol, which does have that bulk, but some of the larger things like the assault rifles, these things are massive. Obviously, they are to be carried by giant robots, so therefore it makes sense. But something like the heavy pistol, it does have that almost like 25% increase in scale, but yet it's still comfortable to hold and put on display. Now this prop was actually one of the most annoying ones I've ever produced. It had a lot of detail, a lot of different levels and crevices that needed to be carved, especially when working with styrofoam. This thing was an absolute nightmare. In difficulty levels, I'm going to give it straight up a 8 or 9 out of, no, we'll look at a 9 out of 10 because it was so annoying. It took me a solid week to produce, as well as having all the fabric and additional things that you had to put in there. It definitely drove it up in the difficulty scale, and I got annoyed pretty quickly with it. Even so that I kind of cancelled the behind-the-scenes production footage because I was just making too many mistakes and I was just over the design and ready to move on and get it finished. So I don't have anything to show you. All I have is a few little snippets you can see here where it was initially in its raw form before some of the additional final parts were added on. And you can definitely see all the detail that I'm talking about. All those crevices, all those layers, something very different to a cartoon Fortnite gun or something. That being said, if you do want to make this, you can go ahead and grab the template free, of course, in the description box below, and it's in a PDF form, so you can get started and jump into it. I won't be doing a tutorial, ever, for this, only because I know I'll get crazy mad, and I think anyone who attempts this, you're going to have a challenge ahead of you, but if you can pull it off, you'll be extremely happy with the final result, I'm sure. But if you enjoyed the vid and you enjoyed the outcome, please give it a like. It lets me know that you're interested in seeing more Anthem stuff. And well, I just can't wait to get in and get started and producing a hell of a lot more. But until then, thanks for watching and I'll catch you later.